listen to radio show, Nollywood on radio, on top 90.9 FM. It's few minutes past 3 o'clock and we have our guest in the house. There was one reality TV show person who says she's 6 feet goddess. This man is a 6 feet god. You know, he has, it gives you an idea.
It's a confident laugh.
It's a confident laugh. This man has done very well for himself. It's been reality TV show 1.
It's been a reality TV show star.
It's been in the modeling world 2. If you call him a fashionista, you won't be wrong.
Definitely.
He's been a fantastic actor.
Right.
Not a lot of people gave him chance, when he started, but a couple of years down the line, and roles he's been able to interpret, we can confidently say he is a good actor. I'm talking about no other person but Akintayo John Faniran. But you know him as Tayo Faniran.
Yeah. Man, thank you, bro. Thank you, yeah.
So let me sorry, because while we're still on Labake Olododo, I know that he's been, all over the Southwest, especially promoting the movie UN Ibadan, tell me, how has it been?
Okay, I think before we go into the question and answer, I think we should read Tayo's profile.
His profile.
Because we have a detailed profile here to be sure that we have everything right.
Okay.
So that you know exactly who we're talking about. Okay, so I read. Akintayo John Faniran is a Nigerian actor, model, and entrepreneur who gained prominence as the runner-up on the 9th season of the reality TV series Big Brother Africa. Not Niger, Big Brother Africa in 2014. So when you're talking about celebrities, it's not this.
The global one.
Exactly. Tayo is from Oyo State. He was born on March 18, 1986 in Ilora, Oyo State. He obtained a higher national diploma in maritime studies from Stars Maritime Academy in Lagos. Tayo began his modeling career in 2019, signing with Model Star Management, which later became Boss Model. His success in the fashion industry includes features in leading African fashion magazines such as GQ, Destiny Man, and True Love. He has also worked in the runway at prestigious events like Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week and South African Fashion Week, showcasing designs by renowned designers like Fabiani, Kaduchi, Efemo, I'm not sure I know that, maybe I got that right, David Lale in 2014. In 2014, Tayo represented Nigeria in Big Brother Africa Hot Shots. His originality and charismatic personality made him a fan favorite, and he finished as the runner-up of the season. Wow!
Yeah.
Tayo has appeared in several Nollywood movies, including Dear Call, The Donor, Man Like Jamie, Gang of Lagos, Labake Olododo, Big Shots. He has also starred in TV series like Tinsel, My Siblings and I, and Shades of Innocence. Tayo has expressed a deep commitment to honing his craft, emphasizing his desire to be recognized for his acting skills beyond his appearance and beyond modeling and acting. Tayo launched his menswear brand, Tayo Faniran Clothing, showcasing his distinctive style and creativity in his fashion world. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tayo.
Wow, man, you guys took me down the memory lane, it was as if you brought me here to get my
Let's swear.
My head to swell. Yeah. So
you can hear that.
Right?
It scene replays every time I see him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's my guy from Oyo. He's
Not
our
so.
guy.
Yeah.
Let's not do it.
You understand?
Bless you, bro.
It still replays to me every time when Leko visited you in the house, and he gave this chant. That he was calling you these names.
Oriki.
And you came out very proud and all of that. And you've always embodied, representing the Yoruba culture so well.
Right.
I know that you had some time in South Africa. Now you're back in Nigeria, fully embedded in the movie industry. And you've been touring on Labake Olododo. So how has it been transitioning from South Africa, modeling, and then you're here promoting movies
and indigenous
and indigenous movies at that?
Right. Okay, so like you said, I grew up in Oyo. That's one thing that must be written down. Everybody must always remember that. I grew up in Oyo. I've said it all my life. on the biggest platforms. In every opportunity I get, I am an Oyo boy, original Oyo boy. I did not see Lagos until I turned 18.
Wow.
So you know what that means. I'm a typical Oyo boy. All right. So, you know, I had a dream to become a star. I had a dream to become who I am today and where I still want to get to. You know, that time it wasn't, you know, as easy as now when there's now social media and stuff like that. Also, where I'm from, if you're not a medical doctor, accountant, or lawyer, some stuff like that, you are considered to be wasting your time, you know. So, when I wanted to follow, you know, my talent, my passion, it was a new thing where I came from. You know, my parents would tell, when people say, where is Tayo? They'll be like, yeah, who in South Africa, one model. They'll be like, model, kilo njebe. You know, they didn't know, yeah, because nobody from where I'm from has done what I did. But I knew where I was going to, and at the right time, God started opening the right doors for me, you know. So I was in Nigeria when I had the opportunity to go to South Africa to model. You know, I got there in 2008, and by 2009, I was already a known face on the fashion, the runways, you know. So when you talk about, you know, the traditional media time, like all these day magazines and people like that, all those old timers, you know, would say that, okay, yeah, we were, you know, the Nigerian guys representing in South Africa when it comes to Fashion Week and stuff like that. TV commercials, you know, you enter the plane, you open a magazine, I'm there and stuff like that. And, you know, I always want to be bigger. You know, if I see a platform that is bigger than where I am, I would go for it until I'm able to conquer it, you know. So, Big Brother Africa, I started auditioning since 2009, and then I only got in 2014, wow. You know. And when the opportunity came, I made sure I schooled Mokungbe, you know. You know, so glory be to God, you know, and for my originality, because even when I was growing up in Oyo, you can see, I mean, I got the good looks from home. My mom's a teacher, dad a civil servant. So I was not supposed to be too interested in Yoruba, you know. But personally, I just, you know, you know, so I already knew, you know, so like I used to have that feeling. So if tobacco will let me my berry tomorrow. You know, I'll sit with my grandmother. You know, I was lucky. I met my father's father, my father's mother. You know, my mom's mom is still alive. You know, so, and you know, like all these elders will come. Baba Fagbire, Baba Fakbidon, Fani, Kolon for you know, they will come around and they will be talking. I will sit down and I was listening and all of that, and I will ask questions. You know, so because of the way my journey has gone, you know, international model in South Africa, Big Brother Africa. When people see me now, you know, they in their own minds think of wherever in the world they could place me. That maybe it's an American or something, you know. But èmi mọ̀ pé ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ni mí. Nígbà yẹn àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan wà tó yẹ pé they didn't want to be speaking Yoruba. They thought they were too fresh. I've always held on to it. In South Africa, all my friends knew. I'll sit them down. I'll be giving them away, you know, back to back, you know, Asha, Orin, Efe, Orishirishi, you know, Apara, different things, you know, and they will be laughing and all of that. So, because that's who I am. I give God the glory that today, our films like Labake Olododo, you know, which is have you guys seen it? Have you been to the cinema? If you haven't, you should go and see it. This is not just, I don't just take projects, you know, like when I want to take a project, I look into it like, okay, this will do something for my career, you know. I'm trying to make a statement. I'm trying to prove a point, you know. Labake Lododo is a statement, you know, forever. You get what I'm saying? Go and watch it, you know. So there's also Anikulapo coming, you know. I played a character called Ashiru in Anikulapo. When you people watch me in Anikulapo, you will be seeing my ancestors. You'll be like, boy, you get what I'm saying? So I've always had it in me, you know. So when opportunities like this come for me to showcase it, I just have to find it, you know. But it comes natural for me.
So do you think holding on to your heritage is what secured these roles for you? Because as a Big Brother Africa star,
right,
one won't think of you in indigenous Nollywood. We'll think of you in modern films and modern
fine boy roles.
As a fine boy roles, exactly. The kind of roles where you play the kind of roles where you are. Yes.
Right.
And those roles are reigning. So
Right.
one won't think of you in those roles. Do you think that holding on to that heritage is what got secured those roles for you that you are talking about now?
No, actually, Gangs of Lagos did. Yeah. Someone like Broccoli Afolayan is my egbon. We've been, when I was going for Big Brother Africa, and I was only supposed to tell family, like people, that I'm related to, that, I've been selected, I'll be the one representing the country. People shouldn't know, you get what I'm saying? I'm only allowed to tell maybe like 5 family members. I told Broccoli, because he has been, like a god of filmmaking, and at that time, he was someone that I wanted to impress, that I wanted to be like, yeah, I can, work with you, I know what you're doing, and I can work with you, So when that happened, I was so proud to tell him, bro, I'm doing this. That's how close we've been, So I've always been in his face. Broccoli is someone that I'll call to say, bro, share free, and I'll go and chill with, But he never, the opportunity didn't come, Like he knew me as style. I don't think he used to talk about my fashion. If I go to him and talk about maybe film, he'll be like fashion, because everybody knows I'm a wicked, fashion designer. You get what I'm saying? So they'll be like, yeah, fashion, but I'm like, no, acting. You get what I'm saying? I'm made for the screen. This is my core, calling, So, but Gangs of Lagos did it, So one more bí mo ṣe lè sọ Yorùbá tó, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ni mí, wọ́n mọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ àṣà, So it wasn't that, in the industry I've always, when I was in Big Brother house, you're not allowed to speak Yoruba or your language wherever you're from, right? But because I'm used to it, and they know during my interview processes and everything, they meet us, they know us, they are psychologists, so they know that I can't talk without speaking my language. So I will say an adage and interpret it in English. I never had to gossip with someone. There was nobody who could understand my language there. But because I have to keep remembering, run to humanity, you want share, So so Gangs of Lagos came. Thanks to Jade Oshiberu, because man, Nino, Agba character ni Nino, Agba character ni Nino, man, forever, forever. Nino Lowo, that's the kind of character that a lot of actors who have been around for so long are even praying for. But because God wanted to make a statement, like I said, even myself and Nino, we have a lot of things in common, except the gun violence and, But it was just as if God wanted to, present me, to the world. Be Omotutun Jojolo, a brand new person. You get what I'm saying? And Gangs of Lagos came, Nino came, and because I've been preparing too, because I've been waiting, physically, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, I've been preparing. So when the opportunity came, look, I'm very skillful when it comes to recognizing opportunities and slaying it. Simple as that. So there is no opportunity you give me. As far as I see that, man, if I cross this, even calling it my soon, mo kàn máa ronú pé lẹ́yìn tí bá jẹ́ ìyà tán èrè tí mo máa jẹ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀, So I give God the glory that Gangs of Lagos happened to me, and that's why now when people are preparing for a project, they reach out to me ahead of time. I'm getting the respect. I'm getting the respect of a senior actor. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's not like I've done 50, 100 movies. But because, that is how God has orchestrated my own journey. Gangs of Lagos has opened the door. And all these films are following. Adaomo Daddy is there, Labake Lododo. Now there will be Anikulapo. I have one also. I'm just waiting for the director to tell me the official release date. So I can't say that now, but Mutigbo, Eti Obali, Eti Obaloko.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You're not too mad, So there are many films, coming by the grace of God.
This is interesting. It's interesting. But for me, I'd like to know, in all of these, because fashion came first, then you had modeling and all that, then reality TV show. At what point, did you discover your ability to act? At what point did you now decide, you know what, I might be doing other things, but I'm facing this acting squarely.
Right. Thank you very much. So, ọmọ tó bá máa jẹ́ àṣàmú àti kékeré ló ti máa jẹnu ṣámúṣámú, you know. I've always been a performer. In primary school, at church, you know, I would act. You know, I would preach in front of the congregation. I was in a choir, you know, that would go to other churches to go and, Lord, I lift your name on, I'm our glove white at the socks, so, you know. You know, you know,
I want to also, you know, people might not know this.
No, yet to.
Yeah. So, you know, but everyone who has met me in life, everyone, whether primary school, secondary school, higher institution, you know, will testify to wherever they can be watching or listening to me from, will say that it is true. I have always been a star. I've always, all these features, all these qualities, I've always been a standout guy. You know, you can enter my school and ask of me, they will bring you to where I am. You know, so, you know, things like that. So, I've always been a star. I've always known that I had all these things, right? But like I said to you, I started with modeling first, you know, because that was what came first. I got to South Africa, I already had a modeling agency, you know, model house, all of that, you know, so I started to model, you know, fashion show. I was making money by like 2010, you know, I was already, you know, buying a car from America and sending home kind of thing, visiting home. I've been saving money since that time, you know. So I knew that I would act. In 2012, I actually applied to New York Film Academy, right there from South Africa. Because even as a model, as a professional model in South Africa, your agency would advise you to go for acting classes. If you watch some serious commercials, it's not too different from acting, you know. I couldn't afford the school at the time, you know, so I didn't take the class. But today now, I feel like, man, if I can go back for some auditions now in South Africa, I'll be chancing all the models because now I'm an actor. You get what I'm saying? What I know now, I didn't know it then. Go and learn acting that they used to say then wasn't clear to me. But today I now see the reason, you know. So you see, acting also is something that is in you. Even when you go for training or whatever, what you don't have can't come out.
Yeah.
True.
They will find it out, you know, of you. Like you need to also search it out of you. So I'm a dramatic person. I'm theatrical. You get what I'm saying? Naturally, that if I stand up now and I start to, you get what I'm saying? You know, you say I'm doing everything with my body. I'm passionate. I'm an emotional person. I feel. So if they say, you know, feel like this, I understand how to feel like that. You get what I'm saying? All of these things, it took me years, you know, to find it out. But it has always been a God-given gift, you know, because even though, you know, I've taken some, you know, professional classes. Last year, January, I was in America. I was grooving. I showed the grooving part, but I didn't show when I was going for acting classes in the evening, you know, because you don't need to see how I'm preparing. Just see the result.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking about body enhancements, lots of people these days use body enhancement to get to where they want to be, and it's working for a lot of people. What are your thoughts on that? Any kind of body enhancement, and I'm not talking.
I'm guilty, you know. I'm also I'm guilty, you know.
Yes, because
I did my teeth.
Yeah.
You know, my teeth are veneers. I always tell people when they see my smile, they're like, your teeth are so white. I don't want you to be thinking, oh, you know. So I'll be like, look, I did this. I have veneers, you know. So these are like gemstones, you know. They put in your mouth. It's luxury. It's part of the things that made me feel like I'm growing. I'm grooving. You get what I'm saying? So, to some people, they go clubbing. And pop bottles and stuff like that. To some, maybe I want to do shopping, you know, my cologne, you know, I want to, you know, I'm vain. I'm a model. You get what I'm saying? You know, so that's where mine come from. So I did my beard as well. I had lower beard line and my hairline, I wasn't bald, you know, but I just, you know, I'm an artist as well. I draw, you know, I draw. All my tattoos, all these things come from, you know, I just look at something. All my cars, I've changed their colors more than maybe 5 times each. I just look at something, I'll be like, how would this look in yellow? How would this look in green? It's a problem, but I'm used to it.
It's a passion.
But everything in life, could be a blessing and a curse, depending on how you manage it. You get what I'm saying? So, but sometimes those things are costly. I can do anything for art, So all of these things came from me standing in front of the mirror and thinking, okay, what if? Also, as a model, I did professional modeling. Modeling in South Africa is like being in New York or wherever. Our agencies are international agencies. We have models who will come from America, Jamaica, Brazil, Canada for seasons, maybe like 3 months. So when I'm competing, I didn't only compete among models from Africa, I was competing with models in the world. That's the reason why my confidence is overdosed. You get what I'm saying? Because I've made money with my hair, my toenails. I've gone for auditions of like 300 men that you will see and you'll be like, but I got to eat. I have to pay bills and all of that. And I have to grow. So my work okay one ni ko báyìí but o ní nǹkan tèmi náà ni okay mo yẹn fún nǹkan tó ní but eléyìí tèmi ní my efficiency so and I was making it and I was growing. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to competition, nobody should go there with me. You get what I'm saying? I don't compete with nobody. Like when I get to a place, I'm just smiling and chilling. I'm playful. I'm free. You get what I'm saying? Because come on, man, competition. I'm a model. You get what I'm saying? I modeled in South Africa. I live the model house. Where you see, I go for auditions of, do you understand, 300 men from Brazil, Jamaica, Angola, Cameroon, to Angola. If you see Congo guys, you get what I'm saying, and I will still win jobs. And I compare myself to these people. And it wasn't one time, not 2 times, not 3 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm already to, that's why when I went for Big Brother Africa, and I was younger then too, now I'm a businessman, I'm chilled, friendly and everything. That time, you know what I'm saying? It was like, that was it was as if that was when I lived in my own Gen Z era. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't be like that again, But so now I try to bring myself down and everything. So when anybody takes me to the ego side or the competitive side, it's dangerous. You don't want to go there. When you guys started talking about my bio, my already woman, because I'm thinking, yeah, I did all of that. And I did all of that, plus a lot more that you guys can't even mention. And I remembered every time I sacrificed, maybe trekking to an audition or I get what I'm saying, oh god damn it, man.
let me take you back a bit, because you said now you're calm. But you used to be very vocal. You would speak your mind no matter whose rocks was God, right?
Right.
You would say your truth. You would speak your truth.
Right.
But that Tayo.
Right. Right.
What happened?
Right.
Are we going to ever see that Tayo that speaks up for the people?
I can't speak up for the people.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Me, give say Jesus. Mo fẹ́ jayé ìpẹ́. You get what I'm saying? I just máa yẹ kí speak for the people.
Because the Tayo this time you would it's wrong.
You see, like when you ask me about the transformation and everything, look, a lot of things will change you in this life. You see, evolution, the world is changing, and you have to change your mindset, otherwise you'll go crazy. So there are certain things that, like BBL and all those kind of stuff, when it came at first, I didn't like it. I didn't think it made sense, but today I understand why it makes sense. I never thought I had a problem with my teeth. I've always been known for the most beautiful smile. You get what I'm saying? Like it was part of my weapons, smiling. So, but today I know how it feels like. It's about tí mo dẹ̀ jọra mi lójú mi. You get what I'm saying? So you never can tell, certain things that you may want to. You get what I'm saying? You don't think about it now that you can't afford it. You may go crazy, but when the time comes and you can afford it, you might just think, okay, if you are bad today, to back party leni, èmi lè sọ fún ẹ pé wàá ní òun lọ́la. This is not miracle. Nígbàwẹ̀ ò dẹ̀ ní ṣe sòrò,
Where Rooney is an example.
No, it's here.
Oh, okay,
It's here. Yeah, this is proof. You know what I'm saying? I did mine in Turkey with For Legend hair. So like I'm the ambassador for life. You know what I'm saying? Like they are on my face.
What is it?
On my teeth too. I wasn't shy to show it. Lè ní mi fine ni mo ṣe ṣe. Ṣé lè nítorí pé Ọlọ́run dá mi dáadáa ni mo ṣe ṣe. Ọkàn mi balẹ̀. Mo lè ṣe nǹkan tó bá wù mí. You get what I'm saying? So talking about also being vocal and how calm I am now, I actually avoid podcasts. I don't go for podcasts. You guys are getting me to talk. Because I love to talk. You get what I'm saying? Emma feel me, but you get what I'm saying? So now I'm getting older. I'm older. I'm older. I would think about a lot of things. I have my restaurant is in Ibadan. I heard you talk about Ibadan, Nollywood Kitchen.
Yeah, I know it.
Bodija. It's in Bodija. And also, I also realized that those times that I used to speak up, there were people who didn't have the opportunity to meet me in person. The only thing they were seeing were just the
Instagram
kind of thing. So they thought, oh, like, that's how that guy is. So today now when people meet me, they will be like, man, coming back from South Africa in 2019 and now, I've gone through different phases, Like people will walk with me and say, I feel shame, but we were thinking because of one thing, and someone else said, no, you have not met this guy. Man, thank God we're actually, you get what I'm saying? Aye simple for me, you get what I'm saying? That's just it, you get what I'm saying? But I'm cool now that I'm older. I'm calmer, and also I don't even want to be in people's face at all. I don't even want nobody to talk about me. I want you guys just to enjoy my talent. When my work comes out, go and watch and that's it. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be. You get what I'm saying? In the mix of any drama or controversy. I just want to be about my career. That's it.
Okay, as we're rounding off now, because we have less than 5 minutes, I think.
Right.
10 minutes, okay. So now, you spoke about Labake Olododo. I just want us to touch on it quickly before the end of the show. What convinced you to get the job, one? Two, on Labake Olododo's set, what would you say? I don't want to use the word challenging, but something when you look back at now, you would say, I love the sacrifice I made in this film to give me this,
Right.
What's that thing?
Okay, so
how you got the script and what convinced you to
right.
take the role?
So you see, àpọ́nlé ṣe pàtàkì gan. Èèyàn tó bá lọ́gbọ́n ó máa mọ ìwúlò àpọ́nlé. Àǹtí Ìyábọ̀ tẹ gbogbo yín wò yẹn, èèyàn tó mọ àpọ́nlé èèyàn ni. I promise you, man, the person that I know, very sweet, loving, caring, very respectful. Èèyàn tí mo mọ̀ pé ó ń gbá lórí ẹ̀, but ó dẹ̀ jó níwà pẹ̀lẹ́ everything. So ìwọ náà máa push ẹ̀ débi tó ti máa gbá lórí ẹ̀. That's how life should be. That irú èèyàn tèmi náà jẹ́ nìyẹn. You get what I'm saying? So she's someone that I respect a lot from what I've learned from her. You get what I'm saying? She knew what she was cooking. Okay. She knew how big it was gonna be. Yet, she reached out to me months before. Tó bá ti di àsìkò báyìí, mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan báyìí, please keep that time free. So I already knew. So when the time, she came, same way Jade Oshibero also did. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then when the script was given to me and then I read it, I saw the character position and everything. The story was lit already from reading it. Okay. I'm like, okay, wow. I thought she would do something like, just glam, showing off. But when I saw how deep that was going to be, I'm like, okay, So now talking about challenges, I didn't see no challenges at that point. I was just about anything that is given to me. You see that challenge is there, go let me walk. Because
Interesting.
you get what I'm saying? I already know that the other side is what I'm always thinking. I want you know, I can be here and think about tomorrow. You know, I can have an event and I've thought about what I wear, everything, and I've not even maybe called the tailor. I've not bought the fabrics. I've not. Do you understand? But I already, you know. So I have that. You know, ọmọ Faniran is on me. Ó lè jẹ́ pé inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà àbí kó já àwọn kankan táwọn, you know, ìṣẹ̀ṣe àwọn baba wa, but mo mọ̀ pé ojú òun ṣojú lásán, you know. You know, títà wà ó tóbi ẹ̀ ń rí àbí tinú ilé náà tún olóòdà àbí ti prelude àbí sẹ́ẹ̀díkà. Ó jó sílẹ̀.
Interesting.
Okay, so if I'm just going to my question is going to be it's also going to be on Labake Olododo. If you did not play the role that you played in Labake Olododo, what other role do you think that you would have also pulled off beautifully in the film?
Inside Labake Olododo.
Inside Labake Olododo.
You know, look, Titemi man to me. You know, Titemi man to me. And nǹkan tèmi ló máa ń jọ mí lójú. Èmi ò rí character mi. Are you get what I'm saying? Look, àwọn bàbá tí mo wò dàgbà, àwọn bàbá àwọn ìyá, you know, àwọn tá jọ ṣiṣẹ́ nìyẹn. So, pé mo kàn tẹ́ kọ́kọ́ lè wà láàrin wọn lásán. Do you know what that means? Pé tí mo kàn wò pé bàbá rẹ̀, ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀, kí ni kankan. So, mo wà, you know, mo kàn bára mi láàrin wọn. You know, ìyẹn gan tó nǹkan téèyàn ń dúpẹ́ fún. Kí tó wá máa fi ra mi wé pé bóyá mi lè kí n ṣọba tí bọ̀dá fẹ́ mi ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ kan lẹ́kùn.
I mean,
In summary.
You get what I'm saying, man? Mo ní nǹkan tí mo ń forí rò tó ti pọ̀ ju kí n tún máa fi kátàkátà fún lọ.
You know, in other words, he doesn't want to ganusi.
Even ganusi tó bá ti kọ̀ mí.
Let me take you into your fashion.
Yeah.
You're a very expressive person. I've followed you for years, right? And I see that, you know, if it's native, you come out sparkling. If it's, you know, English, you always put together, well put together. That interest.
Right.
How did it start and where are you taking it to?
Good. So it also started from my origin, from that same Oyo. You know, I finished from Sped International Secondary School. I was in Olivet until SS2. Then I went back to SS1 in Sped International. So when I go to Sped International, even right from Olivet too, I want Boti, you know, I want Moyoko. Thank you, Lagos, man, because they played the role too. You know, the Lagosians that came to school with us, school mutin Oyo mutin so pidgin, Oyo mutin more, you know, maybe Timberland boots, all of those kind of stuff. You know, so you know, but at that point, because of where I came from, I couldn't afford to go to boutiques and buy, you know, buy Timberland boots, I can be 19,000 naira and buy 22,000 naira. So, you know, most of the teacher, Momsi, Popsi, you know, so let's about fellow school, fellow go to a party, social activity, kilo kondaji, you get what I'm saying? You know, you were more local. So at that time, I would want to also look good. So if I am Malonsi or Jackeson, I'll buy fabrics. I had one tailor and I'll meal then. I'll go to him, give him a style that I want. He will cut something nice. So when I also step up, they will see me looking good. And they don't know what designer I'm wearing. So it actually sparks conversations, you know, like Kilo War, you know, that kind of thing. So that time they used to call it Taylor Laurent. Yeah, but I want our Paco Goshiti. You get what I'm saying? You know, I want to more me, one more pay, $2 tomorrow if I own a private jet, tomorrow if I own a city, could they change me? You know, this is how I've always been. Intimate. Are you get what I'm saying? I've seen myself beyond where I am today. So the pride can't set in. You get what I'm saying? I don't move around looking at people like maybe this person is beneath me or whatever, because I came through all of those stages. Only time to man lost a Katangura, Jabil. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
They
you
call
know,
it thrift now.
put on Badagri, well, they call it thrift now. You get what I'm saying? That thrift.
It's pre-owned.
Anything. Mo lọ́jọ́ tí máa ti jí lọ tí máa ti lọ rà. Mo mọ bí mo ṣe máa fọ́. A tún máa tẹ ẹ̀kọ́ sí kó lè rú dáadáa. What you say? You get what I'm saying? So I've gone through different stages in life. So if I'm looking at you, I'm looking at this guy can make it. Anybody can make it. If you look at me based on what I have or what you see around me now, you are not wise. It is about what is in me. What is, you get what I'm saying? Like what I'm building in myself, you know? I can be somewhere now, you can't see my car or my home or what material stuff I own, you know, but you can see me. You know what I'm saying? And you are respecting me. Nelson Mandela never had to say he owned that many Rolls Royces or what. You get what I'm saying? Those are the kind of people that, you know, if you look at someone like maybe Denzel Washington and all of that, you don't see these people talking about, you know, things like that. It's just about, you know, real life stuff. You get what I'm saying? You know, so I think that is the lane that I'm in. That's the line that I'm following. You know, and that's where.
Okay, so before we go, I have one question.
Yep.
I would have thought, based on your interests, that from maybe secondary school you had studied the arts, and you had dabbled in the arts.
Right.
So for people like you who have interests in that direction, you already see them starting with maybe stage dramas and, you know, stage plays and things like that. How come you went to study maritime studies? How come you did that?
All right. So, yeah, so like I said, I knew that working in an office would not be my portion. I already knew them. You know, I knew the things that I loved, you know, the things that I had passion for. You know, art, you know, entrepreneurship, you know, even then I could call it trading. It was just about buying and selling, you know, but at least I put money in and know how much I'm making out of it, you know. So all of these things I've been doing them at that time, right? You know, but I come from, in my house, I'm the least educated person in my family. I have siblings who have 2 master's degrees. You get what I'm saying? I have the ones who have a PhD, you know, but it's not, you know, like, I was super brilliant though. Like even all my siblings know. In fact, everyone around me then knew that, man, Tyre is really brilliant. Teachers used to, you know, tell my parents at like primary 3 to let me do common entrance. You know, that's how smart I was. But the moment I got introduced to the social world, that I started seeing, you know, the swag, you know, the music, the this. We had all those lyrical notes.
Yeah.
For you to know lyrics, you have to buy the books and read it. So until today, me, she like, oh, I need to go to, you know, so all of those stuff, I already knew what I loved. You know, was entertainment, you know, but I didn't know how to go about it. And to Kawe, I must go to school. So I went to that school for my parents. And the moment I finished, the day that I got home after I finished school was the day that I told my parents about my going to South Africa. Do you understand what I'm saying? That I'm going to South Africa, this. That was the best time that I thank God for till tomorrow. That my parents, especially my dad, as strict as he was, that he agreed. You know, it was just like, okay, no problem. You get what I'm saying? So,
do you think if you had not gone to South Africa, you would have followed this path that you followed? You could have achieved it if you had stayed in Nigeria? South
Africa helped me. You know, you see all this professionalism and let me say gold mine, you know, that I have today in terms of talent. South Africa played a huge role in it. You know, my professionalism, you know, comes from home training, but also brushed up by South Africa. In South Africa, 8 is 8. I saw the way you were calling me back to back. Where are you? I told you, don't worry, I won't be late. I'll be on time. You get what I'm saying? Because it is not in my, you know, it's not my kind of, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like that, you know? So also, quality. I don't know if you watch South African series on Netflix and all of that. When you see quality, their quality, you know that, man, you know, this is a standard that is, you can compare to Hollywood. And for a long time, they've been like that. Thank God that Nollywood is also now there. All right? So all of these things, you know, shaped me to become who I am. And also, while I was in South Africa, from like 2009, I've been on the runway. I would do fashion show. And all the people sitting watching me are prominent people from the whole of Africa, top celebrities. You know, people like even our Austin JJ Okocha, late Kobe Bryant, you know, would do show, and the artists that will get on the ramp will be R. Kelly to perform. You know, like the mid show, stuff like that. So I've been among superstars, Akon and all of that. So that also built my confidence. That time, I'd already made friends with a lot of top Nigerian celebrities then, because they would come to South Africa, and when they came to South Africa, if they need something within the entertainment space, they'll be like, oh, there's one model, Tayo Faniran, and that's how I met, the likes of them, Timaya, and YJ from Web. I was in one YJ's music video. You won't know that it's me, man. It's called For a Minute, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all those, so from way back, all them Godfather, things just changed, man. Social media came and it changed a lot of things, and the story became new, and that was a shift that was in, even to now, I'm still trying to find my balance. My social media representation does not match the person that I am in real life, but it's a new thing to me, that I'm still trying to blend in, but I may not get it right immediately, but I will still eventually conquer it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tayo. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting session. It's been eye-opening. People in the studios have been laughing their ass out, and they've been like, "Wow, is this Tayo? Is this the same Tayo?"
Is this real?
They are wild that they actually. I told listeners, that you're going to be wild and you will be shocked at the amount and the volume of Yoruba this man speaks. Forget all those botti and honk look you see, on TV. And it's been quite interesting. It's been interesting speaking with you. My co-host here is too happy to have his or your man, or your kiss man in house,
Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe ó ṣe àti lọ́ba tuntun.
Please,
anyhow.
Tayo, please, I need you to advise people, because as Nigerians we are fast losing our hold on culture and our link to our roots.
Right.
Can you please, in 1 minute, just tell people
why
we must not lose our roots?
We shouldn't lose our roots, if you are a local person, tẹ́mi bá rí èèyàn tó ń gbé àṣà nǹkan tó ń wá láti òdìkejì tó ń gbé sórí sìn, I think you are local. You know what I'm saying? You've not been around the world. I've been around the world. Near LA, Rodeo Drive. If I walk on Rodeo Drive, I catch everyone on chokehold. You get what I'm saying? Because of my aura, that traditional aura, what I wear, the way I'm walking, and everything. Last time I was walking, through the immigration in America, is it TCA or TSA, what do they call them? And as I passed through, after the man said, what are you here for? I said, I'm an actor. He said, what do you do? I said, I'm an actor. How long are you here for? I told him all of that. And then he said, welcome to America. As I was just going on my own, and one older lady saw me, and then she looked at me and she said, oh, you walk like you own this place. Yeah, I own everywhere because I'm an original man.
Yes.
Look, I'm making money today for my originality. Yorùbá tí mo gbọ́. Look, Yorùbá tí mo gbọ́, àwọn àgbà wa nìkan nínú industry náà nírú Yorùbá yẹn lọ́wọ́ sìn. Àwọn bàbá tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ wá ní ó yà wọ́n lẹ́nu pé báwo torí mi ìsọnù. When I was in South Africa, I lived there for 12 years. Supermodel, man. Like I was too cool. You get what I'm saying, man. Mo lè sọ pé mo ti fresh ju Yorùbá lọ. Nah, I will speak my Yoruba anywhere. Tí o bá ti tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn, o ò lè nìyẹn. You get what I'm saying? But look at where we are today. That originality is what I'm milking. So apart from what you will use it to do for the world, it's a treasure that you, if you are wise, you must know it. You get what I'm saying? And also for the rest of the world as well. So we have to contribute our own quota, whatever we can do, to make sure that we still keep all these things alive. I'm trying my best, man, and I'll still keep trying. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tayo. Thank you so much. And on that note, it's goodbye. Wonderful show.
Yeah.
Join us same time next week
with another fantastic guest.
Thank you.